Hi, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to this webinar about MIT Supply Chain Bootcamp. I'm very excited to be here today and to present and introduce to you our Supply Chain Bootcamp for this summer. My name is Eva Ponce. I'm the Executive Director of the MITx MicroMaster Program in Supply Chain Management, and with me is Dr. Inma Borrella.
Hi, Eva. So I'm Inma Borrella. I'm the bootcamp lead. I'm coordinating the bootcamp, and I'm also a course lead in the MIT MicroMasters for SE0X and SE1X mainly. So I'm very excited to be here presenting this innovative program to you today.
Excellent. Thank you, Inma. So what we are going to do is just to introduce to you the MIT Supply Chain Bootcamp. So the first thing we are going to turn now into the slides. The first thing is to introduce you this blended educational offer that we have designed here at MIT CTL, the Center for Transportation and Logistics. So our idea is to offer to you a blended educational program. This is what we really want to do, is to combine the best of both worlds, is to combine the best of the online experience, taking at least SE1X, supply chain fundamentals, and learning on your own pace in a flexible way, receiving immediate feedback, and learning these fundamental concepts in supply chain management. Then, once you complete that, we really want you to encourage to come on campus, to come here to MIT, just to be immersed in a 6 days, very intense days experience. So the idea of the on-campus experience is just more to work on the interaction, on the face-to-face, on the discussion, be immersed in what being at MIT is, and be exposed to MIT faculties, researchers, industry leaders, and your peers, your peers in the bootcamp. So this is the main idea of offering this blended educational program. And also, we have designed that for a short-term period. So the idea is just to complete one 13 weeks course online and then come for almost 1 week on campus. So this is the main idea. In terms of the bootcamp, how this has been designed. So as I mentioned, it's going to be a very intense program. Once you arrive here on campus, we are going to start on a Sunday afternoon. And just to start, I'm trying to expose you to interaction with your peers, interaction with MIT researchers, interaction with industry leaders. We really want you to apply those concepts that you have learned online into real problems. We are going to provide you simulation games. We are going to provide different kinds of activities and exercise with a special looking at interaction and looking at to learn and share also your experience with your peers. Also, I want to highlight that you might expect a very diverse and a very global group. You know that the SEX community of learners we have a student from more than 190 countries, from all across the world. So it's going to be very diverse with attendees from many different countries with different backgrounds, with a lot of experience in supply chain management, with a lot of interest and motivation for supply chain management. And I would say that this is the main idea. What do you think, Inma? Something to add?
Yeah, I think this is a great complement for online learning, because we know you invested a lot of hours in front of your computer, learning supply chain management with us from MIT professors, mainly from Dr. Chris Kaplis. And I think coming here to MIT and get the MIT experience during 1 week in the summer, that is the nicest time to be in Boston, by the way, it would be great for you because it will help you to develop all these skills that Eva was mentioning that you cannot develop in an online setting.
Yeah, and as Inma mentioned, I would say summer is one of the best time to come here and enjoy also the Charles River. Great. Okay, so let's now move more into the bootcamp by itself and what to expect during this full intense week.
Yes, so the way we designed the bootcamp is as a journey through a supply chain, basically. We really want to cover like the main topics that are relevant for any supply chain management professional. What we've done is to think of a relevant topic that will create a narrative for each day activities. So in each day, we will have different activities that we will explain later, like with MIT researchers, with professionals from industry, activities, games, competitions, different challenges. But we really want to create a certain logic to every day to be everything like around a similar topic. So on the day one, we will dive into the data. So we are embedded in a world of data. More data is being created now than ever before. And all this data is changing the way we understand and we manage our supply chains. So that will be the main topic for day one. On day two, we'll focus on demand. Demand is transforming mainly through e-commerce. We all have different demand patterns now, and supply chains need to respond to those changes. And it's a challenge that they've never faced before at this dimension. So we'll be talking about that on day two. On day three, we will talk about a classic challenge in supply chains, and I know many of you have asked for this. We will be talking about S&OP processes and challenges, because this is an eternal problem for supply chains and supply chain managers.
Let's say a classic and ongoing challenge
Exactly.
supply chain.
Then on day four, we will look upstream the supply chain. We really focus on suppliers, procurement, what's happening upstream our supply chains, and how can we improve our relationship with suppliers? How can we understand what's happening up there to improve the how efficient or how effective our supply practices are? And finally, we will look into the future, particularly the future of transportation. Transportation is evolving a lot. There's a lot of disruption there. There's a lot of new opportunities. So we will be painting different scenarios that could be like potential future scenarios for our companies that we will have to deal with in the coming years.
And I wanted to add that each day we are planning to have a lot of different activities in order to provide this interaction, in order to provide you the opportunity to apply the concepts that you have learned online into real problems in a very interactive way. So be prepared to work in teams, to solve challenges, to solve different exercises and different activities. So it's going to be very dynamic, very interactive the whole day. Since it's going to be intense, we need to care also to make it a bit fun in order to keep you active during the whole day.
Very fun.
Yeah. Good.
So let's continue now with what to expect in the bootcamp. So these are the topics we want to cover, but how are we going to cover this topic? First of all, you will learn from MIT researchers. You know, MIT is a leading university where we have cutting-edge research around many different topics, mainly different technologies, but also a lot of research around logistics and supply chain management. So we will have all these experts talking about covering the different topics that we mentioned earlier and diving deeper into different types of challenges, and also what's coming next. What's the next technology that is going to transform the way we manage a certain part of our supply chain? Then we will also get inspired by industry leaders. We really want the bootcamp to be applied, to be close to industry, we want you to leave the bootcamp with ideas to apply in your supply chain or in your company. So we have invited different industry leaders in the area of supply chain management to accompany in one every day and to discuss about the topics that we mentioned earlier. So we will have people from Intel, Walmart, Converse, Delhaize, and Uber Freight. And they will be their experience, their career experience, and also they will talk about the challenges that they are facing in the current supply chains and how they are dealing with them.
So it's also a great opportunity for you to interact with them and to bring your questions and to bring your own challenges in your day-to-day job to these industry leaders. So we always define and design any single activity with a part that the industry leader is sharing their experience, but then you will have your opportunity to have your questions and interact with these leaders.
Yes, we want all the sessions to be as interactive as possible. We don't want to be unidirectional, but be bidirectional.
Great.
Then you will also get to know MIT, of course. We will bring you on a tour around MIT, so you get to know the campus and what's going on here in this very intense and lively environment. And also we will visit some of its labs. So the labs at MIT are great places where innovation happens every day. And you will have the opportunity to visit these labs, to interact with the researchers that are working there, to see the prototypes of the new devices that they are working on, and to learn about how they are transforming the areas in which they are working. So we will visit labs that are focused on visualization, data visualization, and how to improve decision making through this visualization. Labs that are focused on IoT devices, Internet of Things, and how this is affecting our everyday lives and also our supply chains. And we will also visit the labs where they are advancing a lot in autonomous vehicles, and they will explain us how this will become a reality in the maybe not so far future.
And also a visit to the MIT Media Lab, that is one of the most unique labs here at MIT.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really great place. And as Eva mentioned earlier, we really want you to apply all the concepts you've learned in SC1X and also the concepts you've learned about supply chain in other courses through games, case studies, and interactive activities. So for us, this is very important because in an online setting, you're working on your own all the time, and it's great, and you learn a lot. But now at the bootcamp, you'll have the opportunity to interact with others and to collectively create solutions to very complex problems that look much more similar to real life problems, to real business problems than like the problems that we have in online courses that usually are like black or white. They have like a right or wrong solution. Here we will work with other kind of tools to learn how to interact in more complex environments. So for example, we will have a simulation game that will be running throughout the whole bootcamp, throughout the 6 days. You will play this game in teams of between 2 and 4 people, and you will have to deal with real problems from a company, the Fresh Connection in this case, and face these challenges, make decisions, and see the effect of those decisions. And you'll be competing among all the teams in the bootcamp. So this will be a very intense experience and an opportunity to apply the things you learned before coming here, but also every day in the lectures that you will have during the bootcamp.
Yeah, the idea is that you are going to be immersed in a kind of real world and real supply chain challenges and issues, and see how you are going to apply the concept in order to solve these issues, in order to help the companies to move forward, in order to improve the result of the companies, the company in general.
And of course, how you negotiate with others in your team to make those decisions, because that's usually the most challenging part.
Definitely.
And we will have many other games. Here you see a picture of another of the dynamics that we will be playing in the bootcamp. So just expect to be very active. We will ask you to participate, to interact with others. So be ready for that.
Yeah, the idea is to learn from everyone here. Learn from your peers, learn from MIT researchers, learn from the industry leaders, and learn from everyone. Because at the end, this is what my main lesson learned running this program is: the best thing is to learn from our peers, from our learners, and bring your own experience, your own stories to share with your peers.
Definitely. And finally, You should expect also to develop your personal and interpersonal skills. This is really, really important if you want to evolve in your professional career. So we will have specific sessions every day to develop a specific skill that is in high demand in the job market. We will have a session on creativity. We will have a session to assess yourself, to understand where are your strengths and your weaknesses. And we will work communication, negotiation, and many others. Here, of course, you will be able to expand your professional network because we will have participants from all over the world. You will meet supply chain professionals from all around the world with different backgrounds, working in different industries, which is always really, really interesting. And of course, you will be able to network with MIT researchers and also the industry leaders that we have invited to the bootcamp. And you will have lots of fun. That's what we are trying to, we're creating this program to be fun, to be interactive, to be intense, but we want it to be a very enjoyable experience for all of you.
Yep, that's the main goal we have here.
And finally, we would like to encourage you to apply to the Supply Chain Bootcamp today. Just very briefly, I want to explain you how this application process works. So you go to this website, ctl.mit.edu/bootcamp, and you will find the application form there. You just need to provide a very brief summary of your CV, only maximum 250 words. So it's a very, very brief summary. Also, a very brief letter of motivation, again, 250 words, no more than that. And finally, you have to record a video because we want to see you and really see your faces, see your motivation. And in this video, you have to explain how do you think AI is going to transform supply chain management? It's a very broad question, but I think it's interesting enough for you to take the challenge and tell us something interesting about it. Maximum 3 minutes video, so it's not a lot either. And the deadline is June 15.
So it's close. It's close. About the letter of motivation, please share with us why you want to be here on campus, what you expect for this bootcamp. So this is very important for us to understand your expectations and your motivation for this supply chain bootcamp. So yeah, the deadline June 15. So please, if you are interested, now it's time to consider that. Great. So we are looking forward to see you on campus. And I think now it's time for questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, we had like some people have been asking about the agenda itself. So now you know what to expect, but people are wondering like how does a day in the bootcamp looks like? So maybe we could share with you a draft of the agenda.
Yeah, definitely.
It is available in the bootcamp webpage, but we can briefly like highlight like the main structure of each day for you now. So let me share the presentation again. And day 0 will be a little bit different because
this is just the welcome. The welcome day is just the reception, icebreaker activity, the beer game. We always love to start with the beer game because there are a lot of insights behind this game, and then introducing the fresh connection, the simulation game that you are going to be playing during the whole bootcamp.
Yes, and then each day we will have similar structure. So here you just see day 1 and day 2, but all the rest of the days will have the same structure. We'll start with a round of the fresh connection because you will be playing it throughout the whole week, as I mentioned. The rounds will happen first thing in the morning and last thing in the evening. So that's where the rounds of the fresh connection game will happen. After the first round of the fresh connection, we will have this interaction with industry leaders, where we will interview them, and then we'll have question and answers for you to interact directly with them. Then we will have an MIT researcher just talking about one very hot topic, groundbreaking technology that is impacting or might impact supply chains. After lunch, we will have a skill development session, one different skill being developed every day. And then in the afternoon, we will have a workshop activity with a researcher from an MIT lab. So This will be a very interactive activity where you will be applying the concepts. It won't be maybe a little bit part of lecture, but very short lecture. Most of the time will be interaction and application of concepts. And again, in the afternoon, you will have like last thing of the day will be a debrief and the fresh connection round, playing the game again. And yeah, maybe day one is the most exciting one because we will have the reception where you will be mingling with the MIT researchers while having dinner and some drinks in a very nice place.
So this is going to be the fun part of that day. Yeah. Great. And as you can see, not too much time to sleep because you can be playing the game during the nights and during the mornings. So it's going to be intense. I'm kidding. Yeah. Okay, great. So let's see if we have some questions from the audience.
Yes, let me.
Good.
Okay, so where we have a question: where do participants typically stay for the duration of the bootcamp?
Mm-hmm. This is definitely up to you. There are some hotels around campus. There are also Airbnb offer. There are some dorm from the students that are not on campus during that time. So there are different options. Typically, in our website, in the MIT Bootcamp, we typically share all of these options. So you will find there the different options that you have. But this is up to you.
Yeah, another question is how does the bootcamp affect the application to residential and blended programs? It doesn't affect.
No, there is no impact. This is a different offer. This is a very short-term offer. These are as you see, only 6 days on campus to provide this immersion in supply chain management and to give you the opportunity to be immersed in this MIT experience. A master degree is a completely different product. These are a full semester on campus, 5 months after completing the whole MicroMaster, and at the end, you will earn a master degree in supply chain management. So it's a different offer with a different scope, much more long option and intense, definitely. Yeah.
Maybe about the another question is about the prerequisite to come here. You don't need to have completed the whole MicroMasters to come to the bootcamp. You should have completed SC1X. So if you have passed SC1X as a verified learner, you can apply to the bootcamp now. If you haven't, you can take the next round of SC1X that will be starting very soon.
This July.
This July.
Yeah. This July, we are going to start the next round of SC1X, and then you will be ready for the next bootcamp that will happen next summer, exactly. Summer 2020. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have another question about the application process, and I think this is interesting to clarify. So we ask for like this short CV, this short letter of motivation, and we also ask for the video. Usually the video is the hardest part for everyone because of course you need to be like in front of the camera and record the video and think about the topic. So we provide some more time to add the video to the application. So you want to start the application today, you can start with the 250 word CV, 250 word letter of motivation, and then think about what you want to tell us in the video for a little longer and send it later. So don't let that be a barrier for you to apply.
Mm-hmm. And if you have any issue, please send us an email. Always contact us with any issue you have, and we are here to help.
Yes. Great. So I think this is it. We are always available to answer your questions through the scm_mm MIT.edu email. So please reach out to us if you have any remaining questions or you need any clarification. And we will be updating the agenda as we get new confirmations from new speakers. But you can download a draft of the agenda now from the MIT Bootcamp webpage. You can also download there a letter for you to present to your company if you are thinking to ask them for funding to come to the bootcamp. This letter can help you to apply for that. So it's also available as a resource in the bootcamp webpage.
Excellent. So any questions? We are here to help. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you on campus.
Yeah.
We are very excited about this opportunity for you and this offer. Great.
Yeah. Hope to meet you soon, online and on campus.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Bye.